Hello everyone, this is Mini Ninjas here. For today's little episode, we're looking at something particularly unique. Namely, while this is a third-party accessory pack, it is much more limited in its run compared to the normal Demoniacal Fit and Kong stuff that I normally review, being that this is actually a collaboration between Instagram users CustomUp and Isaakustoms that is meant to substitute the rather off-model Scouter Vegeta 2.0 ahead with a much more accurate anime manga look for Vegeta just as he's about to start his big fight with Goku for the very first time there. As you can see, it comes in 3 pieces overall, being the base head itself and 2 different faces, which is a very smug Vegeta looking either straight ahead or looking downward from when he has the high ground. The story behind this particular head sculpt set, I believe, is that CustomUp made the original sculpt on this in, I believe it was a general clay or kind of a epoxy material, which then got 3D scanned by Isaakustoms and then 3D printed into a very sturdy resin, I might add. And from there, that resin casting, or printing, however you want to call it, got back to CustomUp that both airbrushed and then hand-painted the detailing on there to get to our finished product here. Now, as you can kind of guess from that whole process, there is a lot of hands-on process on there, which means these things are going to be slightly different each take. And as you can see, it's a very durable material, I'd add. And the paint is holding up there very well to my manhandling, as it turns out there's a little trick between switching the plates on and off, which I'll mention right now. Namely, they click into place, rather than just slide in. That required quite a bit of force, might I add, to get there, but once you figure that little trick out, I had to actually DM CustomUp in order to find that out myself, to be totally honest, the faces hold on there incredibly well. Don't move a bunch. Everything, once you get there, it stays there. Which, speaking of fitting, let's take a look at the neck here. Fortunately, at least in my case, I did not need to use nearly as much force as the head itself just fits on there with no real hassle, and for the most part, honestly holds in pretty well. The only thing I might say in my case, though, is that in terms of the neck peg, I found that while it does stay on there honestly very well, it doesn't really shake around, as we're going to do a little bit of a shake test in a second. I found that the neck was still slightly loose, ever so slightly, so funny enough, a little bit of sticky tack that was left from the airbrushing process that was still on the inside of my Vegeta, I took a small sliver of that and actually used it in order to make the neck peg that much more snug. And from there, that's how we get to here. Nice straight fit, the head doesn't move a budge, and it is excellent display quality at this point. Everything will hold exactly as I want to, which is perfect because right to the display it goes. This is how I'm going to keep my Vegeta from here on out. We're getting rid of the old off-model sculpt, and this is its permanent home, I'm going to say. Hopefully we'll be able to see more of his work later. I know he's actually doing a current run for a much more accurate Super Saiyan Goku based off that old art, so who knows, maybe we will need to talk more about that later, CustomUp. Catch you all later.